everybody. Excuse me, it's Patty, and I am going to do something we haven't done in a long time. I'm taking you with me, and we're going to Walmart. And so I know this really does bother some of you for me to drive and talk, but listen, I'm good. If I weren't talking to you, I'd have the radio, probably some good music blaring, and I'd be singing, or if someone were in the car with me, I'd be talking to them, carrying on a conversation. So at least, I have both hands on the steering wheel, and I am not looking at my camera. I am watching the road and talking, what I would normally be doing, and those of you who drive would probably be doing the same thing. But anyway, we're going to Walmart. Excuse me. I bought some things at Walmart over the last couple of weeks that don't fit me. When you lose a little bit of weight, it's crazy with your sizes. I've always heard that if you lose 10 pounds, that's a whole size. And I think it's probably pretty accurate. And by the way, I hope you're not hearing any wind noise from the car. It's a beautiful day today. It's cloudy, but the sun is out. It's trying to come out. So we're going to Walmart. And our Walmart, listen, over the past couple of months, they have started upgrading, updating, remodeling, whatever you want to call it, our Walmart here, the one closest to us that we always shop at. It is unreal. Well, two things right off the bat you notice when you go in. And part of this situation with me and Jim is that when all this had just really barely started, when we left to go on the cruise in February, so we were gone, 7 nights maybe. We came home with COVID, or I did, and then he got it, and then as soon as I could, I had to make an emergency trip to Arkansas, to Little Rock. Many of you know that, to help my daughter with take care of the twins. Her wife's father was nearing the end of his life, and it freed her up to be there to do what she needed and wanted to be able to do for him. So, and not have to worry that Jennifer might have difficulties handling both of those almost at that point 2-year-olds. So, and then coming home, and it was probably another week or so before I even went to the Walmart, and then I only ran in and ran to the makeup department for something and ran back out. So I could tell that they were doing things, but I really didn't peruse the whole store. And a couple of weeks ago, I went in for the first time, and they're still not finished with it, but oh my goodness, you would not believe the women's department. It is unreal. I mean, unreal. It's huge, absolutely huge, and I am amazed at the women's clothing they have. Oh gosh, I do some brand sponsored videos for Walmart from time to time, and I order everything online for those mainly because I need to order it to make sure I can get the things that I order in a timely manner, and I don't have to worry about my local store not having the things that I would like to show you guys. But it's just before it was just one of the worst Walmarts I've ever been in. I mean, I was always very happy to order online. But this women's clothing is just, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I mean, the whole area is huge, number one. But the selection, oh my gosh, the selection of things. I see other content creators on YouTube, you know, they're showing Walmart things that I've never even seen before. I'm going, wait a minute, I've not seen that. So anyway, I did go in on 2 different occasions and bought a few things. The one thing, and when I get there in park, I'll show you what I got and why I'm returning them. But I've got maybe 3 or 4 bags here of things that I need to return that are clothing. I'm still, the makeup department is not up to snuff, as we would say. They always had a lot of empty shelves, or at least since we've been here, and I'm sure part of that was due to the pandemic, but just, they've rearranged a lot of things. They haven't, I don't think they've increased the area at all for makeup, but the shelves are still relatively empty, so that could be a supply issue, you know, maybe when that no longer is an issue, we'll have a better makeup department to shop at. But still, I have found really, for a lot of things, just ordering online is so much easier. To change the subject, and I'm almost at my Walmart now, just a few more blocks, but I've been hearing from some of you asking me about Jennifer and her little family, how they, if they were hit by the tornado that went through Little Rock a few days ago, and they're fine. They are fine. That's the good news. We were not even aware that that they were under a watch or warning. But that afternoon, I received a text from her saying that they were in their safe place. It was a closet downstairs that they had already designated, if they ever needed it. So the 4 of them were in the closet, that there were reports that one was on its way. And so we said, okay, and we told them, we're just gonna, Jim was there too, and we told them that we would just stay on the phone with them or texting with them, so that, we would know, and if there was anything, we didn't know what we could do, but if there was anything we could do it. Let me park. So it just occurred to me that, I live there. I knew the radio, the TV stations, which I could have Googled anyway and gotten them, but I took my iPad and I went on to the one of the TV stations, the local stations, and they, of course, were broadcasting live the weather, what was going on, and I would watch it. And we were on the Jennifer's phone texting her. Jim was sort of manning that, and I was manning the iPad, and our daughter-in-law was with her iPhone, was manning the local stations too, to make sure they were aware of everything. So while on my iPad, while we were there, the station also had someone on the ground, a reporter on the ground, and so and he was feeding the station live pictures of what was going on. So we saw it. I mean, we saw it. That's the first time I've ever seen one which I would consider live, although we weren't there. It was like we were there. And it was out in West Little Rock, where when Jennifer and I first moved to Little Rock, that's where we lived. It was exactly, in fact, we found out later that a house that I had rented for us when she was in, I guess, junior high school, it was completely gone. It was lifted off the foundation. It hit that area. But we watched it, and we stayed on the phone with them for probably a couple of hours, and because it went up through Little Rock, away from them in North Little Rock, but then it was like there was a little hook on the tail end of it that came around very close to where they live, and it literally just hopped over their house and just 400 or 500 yards touched down again. So it barely missed them, but they were in their safe spot. So we stayed with them until we knew it was completely clear. So they were not affected. Thank goodness. And today, you know, they're expecting more. This afternoon, I talked to Jennifer this morning, and they just, you know, they're just sort of on guard, ready to do what they need to do. I've talked to you guys about them before, and if you have it in your heart, if you've already thought about maybe helping any place out that is suffering any kind of natural disaster. I know, what, a week and a half or so ago, was it Amory, Mississippi, I think? There were two towns in Mississippi that were just literally wiped away. They were gone. The whole little towns were gone. And so Jim immediately said, I'm going to make a donation to Mercy Chefs and designate it for those two little cities. And that's what we normally do. We truly trust Mercy Chefs. I know that there are some good charities, nonprofits, who kick in and really do a lot for any place in the world that there are natural disasters. But when we went through Hurricane Michael, what was it, 6 years ago maybe, when we were living in Panama City, and you know, that was the strongest wind-driven hurricane that had ever hit the continental United States, and I think still to date. And it was massive, the destruction. We evacuated and then came back, and we were very fortunate that other than cell service and water, you know, and things like that were out for a while. But the one thing that from the day of the hurricane, really the day after, was Mercy Chefs. They were in Panama City Beach, and they were there. Jim and I were talking about, I think they were maybe there for almost a year. They work with the local churches, and they were just feeding people. And we watched them feed people constantly, because, you know, if you've lost your home, you've lost your possessions, you just can't, unless you've been through it, you can't fathom what it's like. You can't fathom what it's like. It's bad. And, you know, to have to worry about what you're going to eat. And Mercy Chefs, I'm telling you, they were there. They were there, and it was good meals. Even after because they work with churches, they train the churches so that after they leave, the churches can continue on what they're doing the way they do it. But even after they were gone, it may have been a year after they were gone, they came back because there was still such a need there. So Mercy Chefs is in Little Rock, and when you make a donation to them, and it doesn't matter the amount, but when you go online and make a donation, if you want to, you can designate where your money goes. So we always, when we donate to them, we designate whatever's going on. like in the Mississippi for those 2 towns. We will make a donation. We haven't yet, but we will make a donation to them for Little Rock and designate that it's Little Rock, or maybe even Wynn, if we feel like Wynn, Arkansas was hit pretty bad too. So, and it's just a tiny, small little town. We will either do one of those or we'll do both. I don't know. We'll split it, but I know for a fact that they're good. They are not abusing. If you give to them, that's where your money's going, and I think that's super important. Super important. Okay, so Mercy Chefs, and below I will put a link to their website if that's something that you feel that you can do and want to do. I highly recommend it. Yeah, let me show you about the first thing, and won't be able to do this in the store, but I'll show you what I'm taking back. I ordered, and I don't know if this is the first one or the second one. Oh yeah, okay. This is the first one I ordered, or I bought. It's a little dress. Look at this. It's a little dress. It's can you see? It is by Beach Lunch Lounge. And it just comes down under the bust, and then it's pleated or gathered off of the bodice, and it's tiered coming down. It's long and has pockets on both sides. I bought this in a medium because I've been wearing so many mediums and everything, and it fit, but it was just snug, and there was just something about it that I just didn't like on me, but I thought maybe if I get a bigger size, I'll like it better. I want to keep it. So I bought it, and here's my ticket for it. It was it was $28. Brought it back. I was gonna exchange it for a larger size. Got into Walmart and realized I'd left it in the car and I was not going to come back in. They had another one, and this one, what size is it? Large. And I got it home, tried it on. I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit better on me than the medium, and I didn't really like the medium. I didn't like it. That's all I can tell you. So I'm taking both of those back. Then I was in, a week or so ago, and I'm telling you, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they have this. And if they do, they also have this in colors. And if they do have it, I'm going to get it in more colors, if they have the colors in my size. Look at this top. It's eyelet, it's cotton. Here we go, little sleeve to cover that upper arm, and it has the little eyelet at the top, and it's just like a t-shirt. And this is time and true. And you know what I do? I don't know if y'all do it too, but when I'm in a store and I don't want to go to the dressing room, and I told Jim I was going to have to bring these back, and he said, well, why don't you go try things on? And I said, I don't want to. But normally what I do is I hold it under the arms, and then I hold it across my chest and see where it fits. If that gives me a good indication that it's going to at least fit me across the chest area. And that's what I buy. And a lot of times that works for me. But this, I got it in a large because that's when I measured myself like this. That's what I figured this would work. But it was just obviously way too big for me. So, and I love it. I love it. I am hoping that they will have it in a medium. I've got too much because I bought groceries too when I was in here that day, which I rarely do. The next thing I got was a little white shirt, something like what I have on now. It got a little detail right on the shoulder seam, if you can see there. But it's just a simple, like a little camp shirt. And again, I got a large. and it just swallows me. It's just way too big. I love this. If they have it, I will get this in a medium. If they have it. I have no hopes that they will at this point. And I saw this, and this is so cute. It's a little knit top. There's the bottom. And the front of it. Can you see that? It's sleeveless. Oh, it comes up like this. And it has the little back there. I bought this in an extra large. It's no boundaries. It's too small. So cute. Really cute, but oh, you know. Oh, by the way, I can tell you why tags are on here. Why can't I just tell you what? Well, I say they are. Oh yeah. This little green was $12.98. $12.98. Cute. And it came in other colors, but no. This camp shirt was $17.98, and this with the was $13.98. And then the last thing I got, and I was walking by, and this, it was in the plus size department, and it was, you know, I knew the color caught me, and the fact that it was a long t-shirt dress caught my attention. Look at this color. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is the Terra and Sky brand. It's a size OX14W, women's, I'm sure. And you know, I did my thing here. I held it up and held it up under my bust, and it was a little bit big, but I thought, I can wear that. I think I can wear that. I don't want this to be, it's long, perfectly plain, has pockets. It was $14.98, and they had this in all colors. But when I got home and tried it on, it was just, it was huge. That's what I'm taking back. I'll see what I can replace it with, if I want to replace it, like the dress that I bought two of. No, I don't like that at all. I am going to take that back, and if I can film in Walmart, I would love to show you this women's clothing department. You may have this in your Walmart. I've never seen it. When I was in Little Rock helping Jennifer with the babies a few weeks ago, there is a huge Walmart Supercenter there, and we went there, and I was so disappointed in their women's clothing department. I mean, well, so this is even better than that big superstore, and this is not a superstore, but I did buy these shoes. Let me show them to you. I'm wearing them today. Look at these. They are like Birkenstocks, and this is probably not even leather. It says all man-made. Look at these. They're very, this is, I wore these for a couple of hours yesterday. This top part here is taking a little breaking in. It's not hurting my feet, but it's a little stiff. And I think the bottoms of them are super comfortable to walk on. Aren't they the cutest things? So I will get a lot of wear out of these. I'm wearing them again today because, and I can already tell today that this is loosening up. So, got this. I can't remember what I paid for. Oh, that was another thing I was going to tell you. When I was in there the last time and bought these things, there was this lady in there, and when I picked up that little white shirt with the eyelet all up here, she said, "Is that not the cutest thing?" And I said, "It really is." And she said, "We've been selling a lot of those." And I assumed that she worked at Walmart, but she didn't have on the blue vest that usually the employees have, and she was straightening up, and I said, "Do you work here?" And she said, "Actually," she said, "it's weird." She said, "I don't work for Walmart, but I work in Walmart." She said, "I work for the company that Walmart hires, and my job now with all of this is to come in every day and just keep it straight." And she said, "Because you can't imagine how people don't put things back, or they just take something off the hanger and just throw it across the rack." And she said, "So my job is this department, and it's just to keep it neat." But she said, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So hopefully this place will stay neat. Okay, if I can film it in there, I will with my phone. If not, I will talk to you.
Baby, you rock my world. Baby, you rock my world like no one else. You make it spin and twirl. Baby, you rattle my chain. Baby, you rattle my chain. Yeah, you found the key to drive my poor heart insane. Alright. That's how you rock it, baby.
Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. Don't forget to go out and be kind. Just be kind. Have a wonderful week.